So one important aspect of wellbeing is it's very personal. What's wellbeing to me might not be wellbeing to you or to you. How do we get to that personalisation?
Well, I think one way you get at it, and when you're looking at it as a whole, so you're looking at the organization you're working for, and what you have to do, I think, is what organizations have to do is find out what people mean by it. And you can do that. We have well-being psychometrics that are online now that people fill in, and it goes to the, without identifying a particular individual, anonymized. And you can say, in that part of the organization, what people mean by well-being is X, that part it's Y, or there's several different forms of it. So for example, for some people, flexible working is really important. By the way, an increasing number of people want to work flexibly. And there's a real problem here because most organizations, public and private sector, have a lovely menu of flexible working that you can do. But people are frightened of taking it. They think it'll adversely affect their career, particularly men. Women frequently have to take it because they have child care and elder care responsibilities. And it would be nice if we had a new man out there, but we don't have a new man. I think at the moment he's in Aberdeen touring the country. So we need more. That's one aspect. Another part of the organization, from a personal point of view, it might mean, I just don't like these hours of work, you know. It's not just about flexible working, but you're sending me emails at the weekends and asking me to respond. And that is not helpful to me and my family because I'm a two-earner family and I need to spend time with my kids or whatever. I think by personalized for me means what do you as an individual need? But the organization can collect that data and find out what groups of people need in different parts of the business. That's easy to do. And a lot of the bigger organizations, public and private sector, are actually doing well-being audits now to find out what kind of personalized and organizational responses they should take to enhance well-being.
And I think personalisation is a term that's bandied about, and I think it means different things to different people, as Cary said. But I think, stepping right back, there's some really basic principles that will always apply and always hold true. And I think, we'll all recognise these. The best messages are those that are delivered, that are relevant, they're clear, and they're delivered at the right time. So, if a silly example, but if your boiler breaks and through the post that day comes something about boilers, there's the solution, there's the problem, the two match together and somebody goes off and does something. So I think personalisation is about, in a workplace, is about understanding your workforce. One, it's about putting the right benefits and other opportunities in front of them. So as Cary said, flexible working, for example, so that they can have the choice. No two employees sat next to one another are identical. They certainly don't have identical personal finances. Somebody at age 32, one person could be married, 2 children, one person could be unmarried, living with parents still. So very, very different personal circumstances. They could be on exactly the same salary. They're exactly the same age. They're both in the same pension scheme, but they have very, very different personal financial situations. And it's not needed that the employer knows that level of detail about them, but what is needed is the employer puts in front of them things that are relevant to them so they can take what's relevant to them and they understand how to use it.
I think what's important, and I think you've just, Jeanette mentioned it, which is that the line manager comes into this as well. Because the big issue for quite a lot of people is, do I have control and autonomy over my job? That's personalized, right? And in the UK, well, in many countries, not just the UK, that's a big problem area. And that's partly the responsibility of your boss, whoever that boss is, from shop floor to top floor. The more autonomy and control you have, the evidence is basically extremely clear on this. The more autonomy and control you have, the more enhanced your well-being will be, the less stressed you'll be. But that is about how you're managed by your boss. That's why the fundamental building block in the workplace for a well-being culture is to have line managers who have the social, interpersonal skills. In other words, they're good people managers. Not just that they're good technically in their job as a marketing manager or an engineering manager or an IT person, but they have the good people skills. If they don't have them, they should be trained to get them. And if they are not trainable, they should be put in with things rather than people.